come without a fight. Walking by faith and not by sight. How long will you procrastinate? Waiting too long and it will be too late. Go! You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Go! It's time to get up. You need to move, ain't no time for stalling. No better time than the present for you to walk in the direction of your calling. It's time to get up. You need to move, ain't no time for stalling. No better time than the present for you to walk in the direction of your calling.
So you think you don't have the qualifications to be in a room with the who's
Come on in, y'all.
On like you can do me this and that, and you wouldn't say no compensation, no green. What's in your hand and within your
This
reach.
is a new
Not
track
what you want, but it's
from
all you
Darnell
need.
Jackson, featuring Thank You Darnell,
Thanks for the boost that you came across.
entitled Go. Listen to those words.
Waiting too long and it will be too late.
Go.
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. It's time to get up. You need to move, ain't no time for stalling. No better time than the present for you to walk in the direction of your calling. Go! It's time to get up. You need to move, ain't no time for stalling. No better time than the present for you to
Come
walk
on,
in the
Thank You
direction
Darnell.
of your
I
calling.
go straight to the top and just follow my calling. Just get up and go, we don't care if you crawling. You lazy, you making me sick, so I'm coughing.
Okay. At first, I couldn't hear. I was like, do you guys hear? Because I cannot hear. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Now, listen, guys, we're almost at the end of this 30-day challenge. Can you believe it? I definitely can't believe it. But I wanted to welcome you to day number 29. We are at day number 29 of the 30-day How I Faithed It Over challenge. Oh my goodness. It's amazing. Did you go and grab your book yet? Did you go and grab your book? You have to go and grab your book. How I Faithed It Over. Can you see it? Can you see it? I always do this wrong. Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I did find out too. Darnell Jackson did tell me. He said, the reason why it didn't work out is because the camera was programmed not to work out. Because he had already told me not to put stuff in the camera, and I had did it anyway. So, that happens sometimes. So make sure you go and you grab your copy of the book from the website. You don't have to get an autographed copy. You are definitely more than welcome to just get a regular old copy. I'm okay with that. Like I'm not offended if you do that, okay? But I'm so glad to be here. I'm just getting I tell you, I had everything set up today and then it started and I was like, I can't hear. That stuff distracts you. When you can't hear, you're not used to the normal thing, but that's why you have to pay attention when you first get set up. Right? You have to pay attention. And we've already been going over all of these words. We've been going over this challenge for the last 29 days. We started with fervor. We were on fire. We were full of zeal. We started with attention, paying attention like today. I would have had I paid attention, I would have realized that my headphones weren't connected. That's why I was like, I can't hear anything. And y'all know normally when I come on, I'm like all hype and rocking and rolling. But I couldn't hear anything. So I apologize about that. Your probably was like, does she know what she is doing today? Yes, I do. Shout out to Darnell Jackson, always making the scene look great. He said he got his and he read it twice. Now, I don't really remember you reading the book twice, but if you read it twice, I got you on that. But yes, I'm so glad that he is here with me. I tell you, life just plays a part every single day. You guys go through life. We go through life. I had a very difficult day today. Apologizing to my husband publicly. Sometimes you make choices and decisions in life that affect the whole. And so I am transparent enough and real enough to be like, hey, I make mistakes too. Totally made a huge mistake. So I am a little flustered today. I had a rough day. Like in real life, it was a rough day because some days you are going to have a rough day. This is not like a journey that is like for the faint at heart. Like you can't expect that everything is going to be peachy keen or that you are going to make the right decision. Sometimes you choose the wrong thing to do and that affects everyone, right? And so, yeah, I was trying to figure out, I said, how can I get out of doing day number 29? How can I get out of doing it? Can I replay something else? And Holy Spirit said, no, you're going to go with yourself and you are going to give what I gave you. And it's hope. We're talking about hope, right? So having hope, wanting something to happen in a specific case, or having that expectation that something different is going to happen. And that is basically what I'm living, what I'm walking out, hoping that God will do exactly what he said he's going to do. And that was just really, I believe that everything happens for a reason. I don't believe that anything is by accident. I believe that you should be held accountable. I think that you should always make sure that you try your best to be as straightforward and honest as you can. And in those moments where you feel like this is a moment of weakness, this is an area of weakness, or whatever the case is, you need to give that to God. And so that is what I'm doing. And I'm excited to be able to share that with you because you've been on this journey with me. Even if this is your first day joining me, you're probably like, oh, this is straight up real. This is real. This is real life. This is what we are walking through. And this is what we are trusting God for in our lives, in every area of our life. Does that make sense? And so hope is important. Hope is not only important for your personal life, for your businesses, and you to have that mindset of hoping and expecting great things to happen, but this is something that we definitely want to get right in our relationship with Christ. We want to have that hope. We want to have that expectation that everything that he said in his word is going to come to pass. Everything that was spoken of over our lives is going to happen. That's crucial. Like, that's important. That is not something that you want to take lightly. It is not something that we should take lightly. It's not something that we should overlook, gloss over, or anything like that. And so in my transparent self and in my valley, right? Because you have valleys in the valley. I loved, shout out to my pastor. I still call him my pastor. He's like, well, you are a pastor, but he's still my pastor. Pastor Felser, KP. He had talked about a message, and I guess he heard this somewhere, and it was talking about Psalm 23. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, right? So you start talking about the 23rd Psalm, it's like, whoo, that is, listen, read it, okay? Reread it and read it again. But one of the big things that he pointed out that he had heard from another message, so shout out to the other pastor that he heard it from, and I'm so grateful that he shared it with us, is that when you are in your valley, you see shadows. Those are just shadows. You could be in darkness, you could be wherever you are, but those are shadows. Our job as believers and as followers of Christ is to have that hope and to know that God is with us even in your valley. He's with you even in the dark times. He's with you even when you make a mistake. He's with you even when you make a bad judgment call. He's with you when you make great judgment calls. Like, he's with you all the time. And that is the kind of hope we have to have instilled in us. We have to have it. It has to be that anchor. It has to be that last letter is an anchor. The song says, my soul, what is it? My soul is anchor. Now, I need to shout out another one of my friends because he used to sing that song, and I was like, man. But yeah, we have to be anchored to Jesus, right? And so that way, when things like this pop up, we can still say, you know what? We still have hope. And the reason why we have hope is because we have a God who has shown us love. It's an action word. Somebody said something to me like, and I don't know where the message was or if I heard it in hearsay that, love wasn't an action word, and they were talking, and I was looking like, what? Okay, yes, you can have a feeling of love. Yes, that feeling you love something, that could be a noun. But, when we're looking at the Bible and we're looking at what God did for us, for God so loved the world that he what? Gave. That's an action. So it's important for us to have that foundationally like in us. And so I think I got off topic because I felt like, I needed to be transparent with you guys. Oh yeah, Darnell Jackson said, can't have a shadow without light. God is there. Absolutely. Can't have a shadow without light. Absolutely 100% accurate. You cannot have a shadow without light. It's not going to work out. So thank you for pointing that out. So I'm glad that Jesus is the light and the light of the world. Huh? Light of the world. Sing it. Light of the world. Come on. I know all of y'all singers start singing it. He's the bright out of darkness, the brightest way out. Sorry. That is my jam too. Jesus is the light of the world. Jesus is the light. Okay, sorry. Because I heard it, and once I start hearing it in my mind, I couldn't take it out. So I apologize. But yeah, I have a hat on today, guys, too. I tell you, I took my braids out. That's a girl moment. You know, all the women that's watching me, you take your braids out. It's like, I'm not touching my hair, okay? I am not touching my hair. Oh, my goodness. Oh, y'all trying to take me out today. Do you see this? I had the oldest on the live the last couple of days. Now the youngest is on the live. She is my best friend in the world. Hey, pretty girl. Pretty girl. You're singing. I know she's singing that song because, okay, she done grown up in church and then heard all the gospel songs, okay? We done sang all the choir songs for her and played them probably more than she would like to remember. Welcome to the broadcast, pretty. Yes. But yeah, so I just wanted to encourage you guys, and I wanted to share that moment of transparency because I think that's important. I've always been someone like that to talk about issues and matters of the heart, and I feel like what better time than to talk about when you're on a faith journey and when you're faith stalking, when you're putting faith first, right? You've seen all of those hashtags that I've had for the last few years. Hashtag faith first, hashtag how I faithed it over, hashtag, faith only. Everything is faith, and that is how I live. So even when I have adversity, I live from a place of faith, and that hope piece is very important. It's crucial to your life. It's crucial to your walk. And in the book, I gave you guys some scriptures that I really wanted you to focus on, and I want to give you a couple of them. Okay? I know I'm not going to leave you out. He was like, I don't have the book yet. Go get the book. Okay, that's all I was saying. Go get the book. So Psalm 147:11, Proverbs 10:28, Isaiah 40:31, Philippians 1, verse 6. And then in Romans 5:2-7, 8:24-28, and then 15, verse 13. And I'm going to put those in the description after the live because I know that you see the description right now. But I will give you those scriptures, and this is about your life work for hope. He probably said, we don't have a week of hope. I know we don't have a week of hope. What is up with that? We only have a couple of days of hope. Tomorrow, we're going to come back on our day 30 and summarize everything and talk about what faith has to do just with our journey in general, with our life. What is the point of faith? Why did God call me to become some faith stalker? I don't understand all of it, but we're going to unpack that tomorrow. But I wanted to give you guys that because, I talk about life work, and I don't believe in homework. I believe in life work, and my desire, not just for myself, but also for you, is for your life's work to be your life's work, right? For your life work to actually be your life's work. That is why God gave it to me. He said, this is not homework. This is not something that you do at home. This is not something that we just study at home. Life work is for our entire life. We've spent 4 weeks talking about faith, how it's impossible to please God without the faith, how he has been very intentional of showing us that we have choices, that we love him, that he doesn't force his love on us. We've talked about being fervent. I think I stopped because I was just so full. We talked about being fervent. We talked about paying attention. We talked about our intimacy. We talked about being tenacious. And here we are finishing with having hope. And tomorrow, closing out Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this. You know, we're already closing out. I want to shout out one of my friends, Renita Garrett. I'm going to say her whole government name. You got to search for her on Facebook. She actually is starting this challenge with a group of people. You know, hashtag faith first. You know, she's putting faith first, and she was inspired by this just journey that I've been taking, and I love that. So I definitely want to support her. I'm going to put her little link in there too, so you can, if you don't want to replay it with me, you can replay it with her. Okay. You can start at any time. This is just 30 days that I started at the beginning of the year. You did not come at the end. Okay. You came when you came. How about that? It's not at the end, because this is something that we are going to be doing for our life. So I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I cannot believe it's going to be the 30th day, but in true fashion, I am going to rock out, because that's what we do. And it happens to be Thank You Darnell's verse. So thank you for joining me. I will see you tomorrow. It's time for us to get up and move. Hey!
It's time to get up. You need to move, ain't no time for stalling. It's time to get up. You need to move, ain't no time for stalling.
Oh, y'all.